Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back for more AoE2 DE campaigns. We are working our way through the Middle Ages. We have now definitively made it to the 13th century, and we will be with Sundjata in our Mali campaign starting. Number 1, Haunted.
You ask me if I know the epic of Sundjata, the great founder of the Mali Empire? You were right not to seek out any ordinary storyteller. For I am Kuyate, Riot of the royal family. Listen well, and I will tell you of this man, Sundjata. Sundjata was born to the second wife of the king of the Mandinka people. For the first several years of his life, he could not stand upright. A blacksmith made a sturdy iron rod so that the boy might prop himself up on it. But even that broke beneath him. Then Sundjata found a branch from the sacred baobab tree, and miraculously, he took his first steps. The king's first wife seethed with jealousy, however. She saw no reason for this feeble son of a second wife to take the throne over her own son. When the king died, she exiled Sundjata and his mother. They
Typical.
fled to faraway lands, but each kingdom feared the wrath of the Mandinka and would not take them. Only the Mema, far to the south, did not fear the Mandinka. They are a people of proud warriors, and among them, Sundjata learned how to hunt and fight. He left his disability behind and became as fierce and strong as a lion. Before long, he was ready to take back his rightful place on the throne. When he arrived, however, he found the Mandinka capital in flames.
Oh no! Alright. Sundjata must survive. Yup. Flee the city of Niani and seek refuge elsewhere. The Malians are restricted to the Castle Age in a pop limit of 75. Niani will no longer be your ally once it is conquered by the Sosso. Attacking them, however, is not necessary to achieve victory. The African wildlife is an excellent source of food. Sundjata is fleeing Niani, the capital of the Mali Kingdom, and must find friends in the desert. The town of Kangaba lies to the west of Niani across the Niger River. Pursuing Sundjata are the archers, skirmishers, and scout cavalry of the Sosso Scouts.
Sundjata, you must flee the city.
Run away!
Sumunguru's men off as long as we can. Good luck, Sundjata. May your fate be better than ours.
Sorry, boys. Anyway, Sundjata has a really cool little model here in game. I'm pretty sure it's unique, but yeah, it looks good. Essentially, Sundjata is a paladin with 110 extra HP. Well, I guess 130 extra HP, because no bloodlines yet. He's good. Moral of the story is, he's good. Anyway, so we will be in West Africa here for this campaign. Majority of everyone that we're fighting are going to be Mali as well, because we unfortunately only have the one West African civ. Ethiopians are going to be scattered in, but that's mostly just for a change of scenery. You know, unit variety and all that stuff, as opposed to historically actually being Ethiopians. Like, in the entirety of this campaign, every single enemy, player, ally would all be, as far as, like, AoE2 goes, Mali. Although, they would most likely, even if they're not Mandinka or Mali people, that would be the best approximation that we have. Well, actually, I think there's Arab traders in one scenario, and they would be Saracens. Whoops. Yeah, Mali is pretty cool. of course, there's the current country of Mali that, you know, takes its name from this empire, although I think the empire itself was located a bit further to the west.
We will help you get out of here.
But yeah, of course, this is the story of the founding of the Mali Empire. But its most famous king was almost certainly Mansa Musa, who famously, you know, he took the pilgrimage to Mecca, and he had so much gold with him because he was so freaking rich that he inflated and bankrupted pretty much everywhere he went, because Mali has a lot of gold production. Anyway, sometimes you lose all your units, you know, it happens. So now we just need to defeat the Sosso Scouts. So I am certainly no expert on African history. But it is what my dad studies. Because he teaches much later history. Like, he teaches the British and the Royal Navy and the law that they imposed and how it interacted with local laws and stuff like that. Anyway, it involves the British and it involves West Africa as well as Central America and Canada, I believe. I don't know, I study Korea. But definitely my dad was really happy that they had Sundjata as a campaign. Or when they added that, he's like, oh hey, that's cool. Because, of course, people's perceptions of Africa are usually really warped. You know, the whole joke, the country of Africa, even though it has like 50 countries in it. Super crazy diverse. And due to the rather unfortunate, to say the least, impacts of European colonial rule in the primarily 19th century, yeah, the continent as a whole has a lot of problems, although, of course, there's plenty of examples of prosperity as well. But the mistake I think people make is that even if there are large issues such as, you know, malaria, HIV, AIDS, and poverty, and all that stuff in Africa, that people think that they didn't have anything noteworthy or important to contribute to world history, which couldn't be further from the truth. Die. Just get some people on the forage bushes.
The enemy knows you are here, Sundjata. We must prepare for the attack.
Yeah, so this the beginning of the scenario will unfortunately involve a lot of garrisoning inside town centers. And, you know, I haven't really talked about the scenario as a whole much, but there's not really a lot to talk about. It's the intro scenario. Sort of sets up the characters, the plight of poor Sundjata here. And the Sosso will be our enemies throughout all but one of the scenarios. Who I believe the Sosso are native to modern-day Senegal, and that whole area. Whereas Mali would be a little bit further south, I think. But definitely along the Niger River. As that is a very fertile area. As well, Mali, didn't really extend much, I believe, into modern-day Nigeria, but the delta of the Niger River is in Nigeria, and that place, if anyone's seen a population map of the world, it can support a rather large population. A lot of people can live there. Oh, crap. Let's not lose the scenario right away. For a change. And unfortunately, even if we get fletching, because the TC was our allies and is now ours, we don't get to benefit from fletching. Yeah, just garrison the TC. He'll be fine, just annoying. Malians are also one of my favorite civs in game, to play in for multiplayer and all that. Just because they can do pretty much anything. They actually have the single broadest tech tree in the Castle Age. Now, it's something of a joke on my stream because I mention it fairly frequently, but Malians are the only civ in the game that has a complete Castle Age tech tree. They miss 0 units or techs that aren't the, the pseudo-unique units of Eagle Warriors, Elephants, and Steppe Lancers. Other than those, pseudo-unique units, region-locked units, I guess you could call them. They have everything. Anyway, we're going to be going for some knights in the Castle Age. And cavalry will probably make the majority of what we go for in this campaign. But we'll certainly make use of Malian infantry as well, as it is pretty good. Gebettos are also pretty fun to use. They're like glass cannons. Do a lot of damage, but are very fragile. Compared to when African Kingdoms first came out, this campaign I think is mostly the same. There are a few changes here and there. But as far as this one goes, I believe the Sosso Scouts have an actual economy, whereas they used to just get infinite resources. They have a town center and villagers now, I know that much. And I think they just hit Castle Age whenever you did. And now I think they actually just, organically advanced to Castle Age. Which I like. Yeah. You can see they advanced to Castle Age, but it wasn't like right when we did. Anyway, Sundjata's... Wait, what? Did they instantly get all of the blacksmith techs researched? Because they did not have time to research all those blacksmith techs. Whatever. Some more zebra over here. Let's get some knights. Malian bonuses. Again, sort of speak to their more diverse nature and what they can do. You have free gold mining upgrade, just the feudal age one. So that can help with an archer play, or just in general helps anything that requires gold. They have all their buildings cost minus 15% wood, which is just good for literally everything, well, except farms. Those used to get a discount too, but then that was super OP. And then their infantry get +1 pierce armor starting in feudal age per age, which is also really good, obviously. Especially now with the supplies being an upgrade in the game. And the swordsman line being much more usable in general. They also have solid cavalry. They do miss Bracer. That's definitely like the biggest gaping hole in their tech tree, along with Halberdier and Siege Ram. So, I mean, like, late game they definitely have some holes. They don't have the strongest late game of any civ out there. But they're still solid. They have pretty good cavalry. They have Cavalier, Heavy Camel, and then their unique tech Farimba gives their cavalry +7 attack in total. Anywho, back to garrisoning. Start mining some stone. So we can get a castle or something. Oops. Not losing villagers randomly is a plus. Oh, hi, Niani. My pronunciation of all of these words in this campaign, well, all of the different places and people and kingdoms and tribes, cultures, whatever. It's gonna be really off. Because I don't speak these languages. In-game, the Malians use, I believe, the Mandinka language. I forget what it's called. It's not just Mandinkan, which sounds pretty funny. I forget the name of it. Kind of like how Ethiopian is Amharic. Not, you know, Ethiopian. Anyway, now we're getting some sort of army, some sort of eco. Sundjata thankfully does benefit from blacksmith upgrades, so that's nice. Niani? Oh, I guess whenever you get Kangaba, all the enemy units that are on this side of the river become Nianis, and Niani's just like a dummy AI. No! Rip the fishing ship. You stood in my patrol path. Whoa! Whoa, back up the truck! Wanna stop chasing Sundjata? Well, that's also not great. Where's that castle? Oh, that didn't go well. It's fine, we're fine. Where's Sundjata? Okay, here he is. Okay. We are okay. Don't really have the largest pop limit in the world. So have to be pretty careful with what we spend on what. And by that I'm referring to population space. Is there more stone around? I don't think so. Don't know why this scenario would give you more stone. Anyway, soon we'll be able to take on the Sosso Scouts. Let's get some forward siege workshop stone, or at least one. And sure, why not? Let's mix in some Gebettos. Our femme fatale. Annoying. You're gonna make me research Tigui at this rate. Wait. Oh, I never got the relic back, did I? Oh, I did? I did. So this isn't like the, overall, not the scenario. It's not the hardest campaign ever. It's not the easiest. I mean, I think it makes sense to call it, you know, medium difficulty. But it's definitely a bit of a step up from all of the Age of Kings campaigns we've been doing recently. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was getting a barracks. Just for squires and arson. But yeah, Gebettos can sort of be an excellent alternative to, like, Arbalest or something in a late-game Malian army composition. Just because their attack is so dang high. And the elite ones have 6 range, which is not great compared to archers, but again, it's the freaking attack strength is so high. And they deal melee damage, which units tend to have higher pierce armor than melee armor. Not all units, obviously. There's stuff like the Teutonic Knight and Boyar. But other than stuff like that, it's usually either the same or higher for pierce. Whoa, that's a high food buying price. They are pretty expensive. 50 food, 40 gold is quite expensive for an infantry, so you have to be pretty careful with them. as they are very fragile, as I said. No, we should be fine at this point. It just takes kind of a while to clean up their base, because their base is actually... Like, it's not a super huge, scary base, but it's really sprawling. Also, your pop limit isn't very high. Ugh. Slowly but steadily we're getting there. They even have masonry, man. They're just scouts. Why would they need masonry? The one thing that's definitely kind of lackluster for Malians is siege. They have bombard cannons and siege onagers, but no siege engineers and no siege ram. It's definitely quite unfortunate. And, like, Siege Hunter is great and all, but it's so hard to get in almost every situation. As it is, I believe, the most expensive non-unique tech in the game. I think Elite War Elephant is probably the most expensive, if I recall. Anyway, they totally are broken, but yep, it's gonna take a hot second. Of course, they have like these random towers scattered everywhere too. And OBS crashed. So, I'm gonna have to stitch this together. Fun! Poor little Overwatch is gonna get uninstalled again. Because I only have a solid state drive right now, and that's only 256 gigabytes. So I don't have a ton of room on it. So I think I only have like 8 gigabytes free right now. And to splice together a video, it is going to increase the file size drastically. But I'm gonna do it. Just because I care about you guys. So be sure to like this video and subscribe because it's going to take me extra effort. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe not kidding. Do what you want. I'd appreciate it, I guess. I'm so bad at selling out and I hate doing it. Long years of internet culture has made me feel guilty about it. Even though if you don't do it excessively, it's pretty innocuous. But yeah, this is the same game. as before the crash, the great crash of 2020. Because it was just my OBS that crashed, not my game, so I mean, there might be a little bit of a jump, but it shouldn't be more than like 20 seconds or something game time. Not the monk! I mean, the scenario's almost done anyway. Hopefully. In an ideal world. I don't have to, like, actually defeat these guys, do I? I don't think I do. But yeah, here's where their TC was. I definitely remember them not having a TC before. So that's definitely a change they made for DE. Don't see where they're getting gold income, though. Oh. Found it! So yeah, like, any instance where they give an enemy an economy of any kind, I prefer that almost entirely to them getting infinite resources, because it makes the scenario feel more interesting and dynamic, I guess. I think it's more fun to at least play against a computer enemy player that, in theory, plays the same game of Age of Empires as you do. Like, you know, you don't get attributed resources for free, at least mostly. Not in a constant, infinite trickle. Actually, that is the case in a couple scenarios, but you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. There we go.
Slow them down, but we should still get out of here quickly. Soon, Sumunguru's men will swarm this region looking for you.
And we are victorious. So, I mean, we pretty much trashed their whole base. Oh yeah, there's some more gold over here that you can take. Some over here as well. Guess there's some more stone, but not a huge deal. There's another crossing over here, but it is guarded by Niani, who is chilling over here, but they don't really do anything in this scenario. Just kind of hang out. Let me turn up the volume. And outro.
Sosso warriors from the far north had overrun the capital on the river, slaughtered the new king and all of the royal family, and claimed the land of the Mandinka for their lord, Sumunguru. Sundjata barely escaped the raiding parties ravaging his homeland. As the only survivor with a claim to the Mandinka throne, Sundjata would never truly be safe. Sundjata knew that he had to bide his time and hide from the Sosso spies until he was strong enough to strike back.
The Sundjata strikes back. Anyway, kill-death ratio is still broken. Rip. Anyway, that will be hunted. And next up will be the sting of the scorpion. See you guys then.